Hi. I don't enjoy PPTs, so I would just never use them. Instead, I like telling stories. And actually, the interesting bit is that a part of this story is connected with the jams. I moved to Bangalore in 2013. After college, I got a job, started staying here in the city. I was working for a software company without much surprise. And in 2013, I came for the first jam at that time, which was a sustainability jam, not a service jam, conducted by a very dear friend, Francis. And we designed something which was called P-Glue, basically a waterless urinal. A urinal that would use urine and grow plants, something like that. It was fun. Imagine the demo. It was really amazing. And at that time, I was still working, but going for various hackathons, winning many hackathons, designing a lot of things, a lot of interesting products and innovations, and then they were going nowhere. I would create them, have fun for a few days, and then everything just dispersed. I was working at that time also on an ambulance designed for Uganda. I had gone there for a hackathon and then came back and continued working on it. And at some point I started feeling this weird thing that I enjoy building things, I enjoy making stuff, I enjoy designing solutions and to difficult problems. But I do that only for my evening time or my free time. And the rest of the daytime, the 11 to 12 hours, I'm actually sitting in an office doing jobs that are not so interesting to me or does not seem to have an impact on any single person at all. So, towards the end of 2013, that I quit my job. That was my New Year's gift to my parents. I called them up on New Year's night and I basically told them, hey, Happy New Year, and by the way, I left my job. Nobody spoke to me for the next 3 months. And I decided that, see, if I continue staying in Bangalore and I quit my job, I'm going to be called a failure. Right? Because all my friends are still in corporate jobs and they're still going there. So I thought, okay, let's get away from the job and the city. And I started living in a village right outside Bangalore. It's called Banjarapalli. Very tiny space, a tiny village. I started staying with an organization that was setting up something there. Some of you may know Java, so I was staying with them. They were creating a program for a totally different demographic. My deal was, hey, as long as I get to stay outside the city, I'm happy and I'll help with whatever you need. Now, when you start staying in a village, you start noticing things, you start meeting people. This village is really small, hardly 250, 300 people or so. And so you really get to know them, except that you can't really talk because I don't speak Kannada and they were not speaking any of the languages I speak, so we would not really talk. But what started happening was there was a little tea shop. If you're familiar with the term Nooks, so something like a Nooks. And I would sit there in the evening after work and have my daily chai and play Temple Run on my phone. It was sort of to remind myself that, hey, I actually have free time now and I can do whatever the hell I want. Around the same time, there was a government school right next door from the tea shop, and the kids would come out around 3:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30 or so, and they would wait for the bus or just hang around the tea shop. Of course, we didn't talk, but these kids started noticing what I'm doing with my phone, and a few of them started hanging behind my back. A week or so passed, and finally one of the kids got enough courage to put his hand forward and basically is asking for the phone. So I put my phone in his hand, and of course immediately he's surrounded by other kids and the phone disappears. And you can only be okay with that for a few minutes, and then you start getting nervous. What the hell is happening with my phone? I'm pretty sure nobody has used a smartphone in that village, so So I try to peek inside this little circle of children and try to see what's happening with the phone, and the phone is no longer with this kid. It's actually with the fourth kid in the circle. And they're playing Temple Run like pros, as if they were like born playing Temple Run. And I'm very surprised, like, how is this happening? how is it that I've not seen a single smartphone here, but these kids just watching me play for so many days and they play Temple Run like that. The next few days, I had no more high scores left. So that happened. I said, okay, let's not ask too many questions. Let's see if we can do this with laptops as well. So all these people who were staying with Java, I asked them, can you give me a few laptops for a few hours? And I put them in a room, basically arranged them all straight, one table after another. Invited the kids, said, hey, would you like to come play games on big streets? And of course they would not say no. These kids came, they were all between 10 and 14 years of age. And there was nothing to say. I just sat down, my back towards the laptops, and I started playing games on my laptop. The kids wait for 5 minutes with as much patience as they had, hoping that I will say something. Nothing was said. So they just start going to the laptop, coming back and going back, and the next 3 hours there's commotion. There's kids running around, talking to each other, breathing over my neck, looking at what I'm doing, going back, tapping the keyboard real hard. And after 3 hours is when it starts getting quiet. And again, when it starts getting quiet, you get again a little bit nervous that, hey, probably one of the laptops is slipped into two or something like that. Maybe the kids broke something and they left. And so I turn around to see what's happening. And the kids are neatly sitting 2 per laptop playing Barbie, Dexter, car racing, and all sorts of games. And none of these games are in the laptops. They're actually playing them on the browser, on the internet. So to kids who don't speak English, use a laptop which is an English keyboard, an English language, use browser and internet without knowing that what these things are. And it didn't matter that they didn't know what these things are. They just needed what they wanted to do. So they okay, maybe this works with computers. Will it also work beyond just playing games? Being a maker, I always had a bag full of tools, hacksaw, screwdriver, Arduinos, LEDs and stuff like that. I called it my murder kit. And we basically took all of those out and put them on the wall. And together with the kids, by then I had shown them YouTube, and together with them we used to pick up DIY projects from YouTube and just go ahead and build them. So we were making small squiggly robots, ball throwing machines, and stuff like that, whatever the kids wanted. The problem was we had no money. You quit your job after 6 months of joining, you're left with nothing. So, and of course the kids had no money either. So what we started doing was we should, luckily for us, unluckily for the environment, the people in the village were throwing away a lot of trash. So every house would have a collection of trash outside. All we would do is go there, look inside, find things that are useful, bring them to the space. Right? It became such a thing that if the kids would see anything on the road, they'd pick it up, clean it, bring it to the space. Right? And we use that to make projects. The kids got so interested that they started telling other people. Right? So their elder brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, and even grandparents started coming. And suddenly we had like 60, 70 people coming to the space. Now again, you have a problem. You can't do one project with one hammer, one hacksaw, one screwdriver with 70 people. Right? So the kids found the solution. They basically broke down into smaller groups, and they did what I had done with them. So now groups of people would come through the day, build whatever project they wanted to build, and just leave. Sometimes even in the night. And the space was basically working 24 hours. It almost became such that they were not even asking me for help. Right? And I felt bad, but I also felt that this is interesting that here people are coming and learning and doing things without really even my help anymore. So what if I took myself out of the equation? So I packed up my bags and gave the kids 3 days to ask whatever they wanted to ask, and then left. While this was all going on, I attended the next jam, which was a service jam, and I met someone called Megha. Megha was also participating, and in the middle of, after the jam, we went for beer, and I told her what I was doing, and she said, hey, how can I help? So Megha became our first donor. For the first time, we actually had some money. So when I left the village, she kept giving money, so that the rent could be paid, the bills could be paid, and at least that much, right? So I went traveling. I was from Gujarat to Meghalaya, stayed in the jungles, and basically completely disconnected from whatever was happening here. And after 3 months, came back to see. Of course, I'm very curious. I left an entire space with computers and tools and all sorts of things to the village, and I want to see what's happening with it now. But I'm also very nervous that there's a high chance that half of the tools are gone or stolen, and maybe the laptops don't work anymore, and maybe the people have left. I came back. Of course, none of that happened. The laptops that broke down, they fixed it themselves. The tools were more than before. We never purchased any more tools. The community was actually putting things into the space. There were more people than before. And the funny thing is that all these new people who were there had no idea who I was. That for them it didn't matter who started the space, who's the founder and all that shit. What mattered was this is their space, and that's it. It belonged to them. So I packed my bags and left again. And eventually we started realizing that this is an interesting way to learn. That here, people, not just children, of all ages sort of come together. There's no expert, there's no teacher at all. They each have different things they want to do, different things they want to learn. And they each help everybody, each other, in all the different things that the others want to learn. So we started calling these spaces Nooks, and we experimented. We took them to 2 other communities. We came in a village, another village in India, and in a refugee camp in Uganda. And people came, they built projects, they continued to do things, and they did things completely different from what happened in Majrapalia.
Sorry for asking too many questions, but so you're basically talking about co-creation in your makerspace, right? I'm actually curious to know, like, what are the first few things these kids created with so-called trash, which they, brought back and put it in your makerspace. We can give one small example of something.
If I have to tell actually the first few things, those things have no name. Nobody knows what they were. They were creating things that had what had meaning just to them. But actually, the first meaningful things that I could understand were mostly toys that they started building. So if you're talking specifically of children, then they were making, they're actually fixing their toys first. So that's what they started doing. And we don't use the term makerspace for a simple reason that the term is now understood differently. That makerspaces tend to sort of become or feel necessarily technical or technological, which is not the case here. We have kids who are growing fish, building gardens, all sorts of different things, and also working with technology. For them, the domains don't exist. Whereas makerspaces today are slightly too much domain focused in technology and tend to take that direction. That's the primary reason to not use makerspaces. The other reason is most makerspaces are actually for the elite. They usually have subscription fees that are very expensive to run, and education is usually a byproduct of it. Whereas here, what is happening is people are sort of organizing and customizing their primary learning source. Right? Many of these kids don't go to school. Many of the people who come, adults who have never been to school. So they are sort of designing their primary learning space. So that's the difference. But the one specific, the one that I really remember very well was this 9-year-old kid who had a broken, he had a broken remote control car that was at his home and didn't work. So he brought the remote and the car and basically talked to everybody, showed them, and then after like a day or so, he fixed the remote. So it's an RS remote, managed to fix it somehow, and then said, I don't like this car anymore. So made his own car with trash plastic bottles and took the assembly, fitted inside, and now started playing with this new car again. So to me that was very interesting because there's a kid who's really defying something that is exists for him and like saying, no, it's not enough. I want something else. So yeah.
I want to know, like, you have several centers. So what elements are consistent across them? What defines such a space?
So we tried to figure this out recently, and we asked kids or the participants to talk about why they come there and what is the meaning of the space to them. Funny thing is, to go to all these spaces, everybody, each person who you will ask, what is this space, will give you a different answer, right? To some people, it's a fashion training institute. Can you imagine? Like, I had never imagined that is going to be a name that will never come up. To some, it's a computer class. To all sorts of different meaning. The only one common thing that you see people say across is that I can do whatever I want to do. Right? So the freedom of choice and that people will help me in whatever I decide is consistent through the spaces. Everything else looks different, even the space looks different, the tools look different because people decide what tools they want as the projects keep going. So nothing else you'll find as a common thing, but the very fact that people will decide what they want to do and then get help from others around them.
Is it there was no teaching involved? Like you were start playing and then they saw you playing and then started. But if you would have taught them how to do or you would have told them the instructions, it would have been better for them to understand.
So, yes, I could give them instruction and then that specific thing would be easy to do, but then the next specific thing they would need instructions again. Instead, what started happening is when they decide this is something that I want to do, they would look for instructions. Right? So it is not that they are not being taught, it's just that they are looking for the places to learn from, as opposed to places to learn from coming to them. Right? So they are finding all these sources of information, all these instructions, and how to do things themselves. And that is the only way it's possible, because if 60 people have 60 different things they want to do, how many instructions are you going to know to give? Right? That's like classrooms don't work like that. Classrooms work with specific subjects, specific teachers who only know what that is. But then you know it doesn't work. So here there's a pull for learning, and people will pull the instructions from different sources that exist, and they learn how to do that. Right? So in some way, the only thing that we actually are teaching, and we're teaching in our absence, is how to learn. Right? Nothing else. There's no other subject that we are superbly good at, and we can say, hey, I can definitely teach this.